What's going on, folks? I am Goat, and welcome back to Warframe. So, this is the post-New War. We've let this soak in for a few days. Quest released on the 15th. I started playing the 15th. Unfortunately, I had the power outage delay, as we may or may not remember. So I got through Chapter 1 and then got stuck for like 5.5 hours or so until I was able to regain playing, and then I didn't get finished until the middle of the night. And then I started the basics of farming. And then later on in the next following day, I farmed, and I got exceptionally lucky. I got 2 systems for the Caliban parts. I got his neuroptics, and I got his chassis, obviously by his blueprint from the market. And I also farmed all 3 boss weapons from the quest. I got exceptionally lucky, in my opinion. The only thing I didn't get lucky was with mods. There are new hybrid mods from each one of the bosses. So, Naira and Amar and Boreal. There are, I think, 3 mods from each of them. I believe there's 3 mods, at least the way I'm looking at it. There's an uncommon, a common, and then a rare. So, but I'm going to go over my base thoughts as far as what we got going on here, okay? Why my phone is geeking, but alright, cool, love it. Yeah. So, first of all, I did a Christmas gift for myself. Okay? I did a Christmas gift for myself. I don't usually get to do this, okay? I had a early subscriber send me enough money early on because I was making him giggle that I did buy 2 prime packs. I bought the Nova and Frost Prime, or Nova and I can't remember what the other one was now. It was the dual pack. It was Nova and somebody else, and then I got the Frost and Ember Prime. So yeah, I did get those, but those were on my dime. Those were from a very, very, very nice individual. And then I got a Hydroid from a Twitch drop. I technically did farm Loki, but then I got a spare Loki Prime. Yeah, so, I mean, I just got frames as I went along, you know? Just got frames as I went along. But I bought Harrow. I didn't buy the big pack. I bought the, I want to say it's the Thurible pack, because I think it was the Penance pack. I don't know. Let's look. Really quickly, I don't want to give bad information here. Because there's one pack that's just the weapons, and then there's another pack that is, that's the Covenant pack, is the big boy pack, I believe. I think. I don't know. Let's look. Yeah, the Thurible pack is what I got. It was... You basically get the Scourge Prime, the Knell Prime, and Harrow Prime. You don't get any of the accessories and the big boosters and shit like that. You don't get the operator stuff or the Siadana or any of that crap. Because you guys know me, I'm not big on appearance, right? So, but I got Harrow Prime. Not that I'm above farming. As you can see, I'm definitely not above farming in this game whatsoever. I got Harrow. Running the Kuvachakur, the Twin Stubbas, and the Hate, because honestly I was playing with the Hate and I wanted to do something a little different. And it's different. It's fun. It's different. The Twin Stubbas were honestly just because when you run when you run Penance, I mean, a motherfucker tell you those Twin Stubbas run like crackheads. And then I did my kind of basic normal build for Harrow. Very good duration, range is kind of meh, whatever, you know. Doesn't have to be amazing for the way I run him, and then good ability strength as well. So yeah. That's just kind of my normal build. Now, the only thing that I may change on this, because this is obviously, as you see, just a one form of build. The only thing I may change is I may change the aura. Still debating about that one, though. But yeah, so I got Harrow Prime. Scourge Prime is exactly what I expected. A little punchier, but mostly the same. Scourge Prime is not really one that I ever truly, really liked. I actually found the Ferox to be a little bit better, even though the Scourge Prime is more like an automatic machine gun, where the Ferox is a charged staff rifle. And then the Knell is the Knell is what the Knell has always been. Very punchy, high, potentially high crit chance. It's a good gun, just not my particular playstyle. But for me, it's mastery fodder, so whatever. Not that I sold them, because I'm definitely keeping them. But yeah, so I got a Harrow Prime. But with that plat, I got a few things. Mostly cosmetics. I got some skins for Warframes and weapons. Did a few cosmetics around the ship. But I did not want to buy Caliban. I did buy the new helmet, by the way. I 100% bought the new helmet, the Cranian helmet. It's not that I don't like this helmet, but this helmet is weird, okay? It's like a mix of... Excuse me, not a burp. It's like a mix of Mag and Revenant in some weird way. Doesn't look terrible, but honestly, as soon as I saw this other helmet, considering he's sentient based, it just looks like a sentient face, does it not? So yeah. And honestly, I kind of dig this color scheme. I didn't want to go too dark with him, and I've run him in some dark maps, and he's pretty damn functional, honestly. So yeah. Yeah, I'm digging that. Hold on, I need to look at what the hell. Okay. This color scheme here. No.
An unexpected color combination.
I knew I was forgetting something. So, as you can see, I did already swap out one of his abilities. I swapped out Condemn for his first ability, and there's a couple of reasons behind this. Reason number one is that they still have not fixed the controller precepts. Or the controller function. So the one actually has multiple functions. It's the spinny, spinny, spinny ability. And I only changed it on one configuration, obviously. So the one is the spinny, spinny, spinny thing. And if you hold it, you can accelerate it and increase the damage, blah, 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 blah. And then you can dash towards them and hit them and bang them around and stuff like that. I don't really like that ability. I'm gonna be honest. Not a big fan of the ability. Just not. But yeah, it's been like it worked for a second and it doesn't work again. So I don't know what the hell the problem is with it. Now I did not change it on this build because this is actually what the original build was. But Caliban is an interesting frame. Okay, he's got good range, so you don't need like OP'd fucking range. Efficiency, even though a little bit, which is Boreal's Hatred, is good. Range is... Sorry, I was pointing at duration. Range is good, but duration is better. Okay, at least in my opinion thus far. Ability strength is ability strength is ability strength with this guy, because his 2 is kind of like Rhino Stomp, but punchier, and it works kind of like Nova's 4. The Lethal Progeny, the higher your ability strength, the higher level Conculus you pull. And they also help buff your shields. Now, it's a repair shield, not just an overshield function, so your shields actually have to go down for them to fully start repairing, otherwise they will just sit there and buff you. An Infusion Strike is like the Bone Widow and Wisp mixed into one, without pulling the enemies into one location. It's like running it's like running an ability from the Bone Widow to do the sweep, but then solo ray at the end with an explosion. So it's a very cool ability. I do like it. But it's an armor strip. Yeah. So, but you figure... I've got 145% range. That's basically just from stretch, nothing else. Okay, you figure the range on this is 43.5 meters at 145%. No need to go any higher. That is more than enough. Duration. You want the calculus to last for a while, so 37.8 seconds. Not mad at that. Let's see here. The Sentient Wrath, the Stomp ability. 31.9 meters with just a base stretch on there. Not bad. With the duration of 15.1 seconds, fuck off. Yeah. And also, damage vulnerability, 74%. Yeah. Yeah. His passive is obviously a weaker version of adaptation, and as I've seen as of yet, I don't know how correct this information is, because I've only seen it in forums, but apparently adaptation does not stack with the base passive adaptation, so you're kind of stuck with that. But this is the build that I started with. Okay, Transient Fortitude, you lose a little ability duration, but then you make up for that with Prime Continuity and Augur Message. Umbral Intensify for obvious reasons. Natural Talent, because I swear to God, he casts so fucking slow. Stretch for the obvious reason of just extending your range a little bit more. Power Drift to help resist knockdown and also ability strength. Brief Respite. Yes. Yeah. Obvious. And then Boreal's Hatred is 150 shield capacity boost and then 15% ability efficiency. Now this is why I say 3 mods for each one of the bosses. Because reduce damage by 20% when airborne. I get that. Boreal was the owl, so makes sense. But like I said, this was the original test build, and it's pretty solid. Now, I thought about replacing Arcane Grace with something like either Arcane Guardian, but he doesn't have a lot of armor to begin with, so it didn't really make a whole lot of sense, or something like Arcane Eruption, to where between the Stomp and then me every time picking up an energy orb, it was just going to make it to where the enemies were just either on their ass or floating in the air at all fucking times, so they just can't hit me, so that 300 health that looks exceptionally low isn't as bad as it seems. But as Dranka did point out, like here just a few minutes ago, you get hit with toxin damage, that shit's kind of out the window, especially if you get hit with a high amount of toxin damage. So without changing the health, I did change to this build. Now this build, less efficiency, slightly more duration, same range, and a fuck-ton more ability strength. And I say a fuck-ton, we go from 214% to 258%. But yeah, go to a 90% damage vulnerability with a 31.9 meter range and a duration of 15.5 seconds. The rank of the Conculus now goes up to 77. They last for 38 seconds now. And then this motherfucker, holy shit, debuff amount of 100% with a duration of 23.25 seconds. Damage, blast damage of 12,900 points, which is D-Sam. And a range of 43.5 meters, as we saw before. Still Arcane Energize, Arcane Grace. Because yes. He's good so far. He's not great. Better than Urelli, I will say that. Way better than Urelli. Urelli still has problems. I mean, some people love Urelli. I have seen people run Urelli on the Steel Path, and that's great. I just, for my playstyle, I think Urelli's a little on the unbroken side, as far as, like, broken being a good thing, unbroken being a bad thing. I will say this, on the regular star chart, Urelli is fun as hell. Steel Path, for me, Urelli just doesn't work. Now, I may make changes to this as I go along, because I may need more health, for the obvious reasons. So I may end up changing out Boreal's Hatred for something like Prime Vigor, or let's see here, even just a base Vitality, although Umbral Vitality would give me even more ability strength, but I would have to figure out what the hell I was going to change there without having to do more polarizations. So, I mean, let's just look at this. Prime Vigor. I mean, that'd be 520 health, which would be okay. And it would give me more shields, which really isn't a bad thing considering you're already dealing with a shield buffing Warframe anyway. What the hell am I doing? This way, stupid. Or I could go to 740 health with a base vitality, but I lose efficiency. That's a big kicker on that one. Because I need Boreal's Hatred and Streamline to keep me as close to 100% as possible, because this guy is a little energy hungry, so you kind of need a little bit of energy help because you only got 531 to work with. Now that is better than some, but it's also worse than others. So that's Caliban. I am going to show you a quick run through of some gameplay. Nataruk, or Nataruk, however the hell you pronounce it. The broken bow from hell. Obviously the bow that you get during the New War. This fucking thing.
Operator, your chosen Warframe suits
Hold on.
you.
I need to do some. I keep forgetting, ever since I did the damn quest, to turn Ortis the fuck off. Actually, no. I did turn him off. I turned him back on because I was doing some steel path disruption stuff. Anyway. This is a Zero Forma build with no primary adapter. Now, the quick shot doesn't seem all that amazing. Granted, it's doing pretty good damage. But this is a viral puncture slash build running a 60% crit chance with a 4 multiplier and a 66% status chance with this build. Yes, I could put Shred on here. I really could. I've got space to, obviously. But truthfully, I like this speed over what Shred gives me. But I may put Shred back on just to kind of slow down a little bit. Okay? Just saying. If I can hit the charge shot, which is pretty fucking good. Like, well, charge shot is just maxed out charge shot. 150% crit chance with a 4.8 multiplier and 110% status. Still doing viral, still doing puncture, still doing slash. And with this thing's doing slash damage a lot. This is very much like my Trumna build. As bonkers as that sounds, little change. Went for more multi-shot, less status. Excuse me. Because it just didn't need an immense buff from status. These two, Rhyme Rounds was truthfully, Rhyme Rounds and Malignant Force was truthfully more than enough. It really was. Just saying. If you nail a perfect shot, this thing is fucking broken. I mean in every good way. 180% crit chance with a 5.3 multiplier, 110% status, doing the same amount of base damage as a charge shot, but the crit, dude, this thing, it is a banger. So the Nataruk with 0 Forma on it, and 0 Arcane Adapter. It is a mean motherfucker, okay? And this is basically, for lack of a better way to put it, I mean, we're talking Arbitration mod, Deimos, Derelict mod, or Deimos Vault mod. That's it. Plains of Eidolon, Nightmare, regular drop, Plains of Eidolon. Have a nice day. And of course, because I'm stacking 2 of the Vigilantes, which is actually why I kept the 2 Vigilantes together, is because you get that the increased chance to enhance critical hits from a primary weapon, which just makes it that much better. Fucking broken, okay? Now, the other mods, or the other weapons, are the Korumm, the Nephari, and I can't remember what that other son of a bitch is called. It's a whip. It's the one from the snake bitch, the Verdilac. Let's just look at the Verdilac. I have not done a lot with the Verdilac, I'm going to be honest, okay? So the build probably looks like ass. I am going to probably work with this later. My initial thoughts on it, yeah, it does look like ass. It needs Forma, okay? To get what I want out of this thing, it absolutely needs Forma, without question. And I am going to polarize it. Because I normally hate, and I'm not kidding, I normally fucking hate whips. This thing's fun. This thing is fun, and this drops in the Narmer, and the Narmer bounties. So we're talking Cetus during the day or Valis at night. Now the downside to these bounties is that the cycle on these things is so fucking long. Excuse me. Now we also have the Venato, which is Caliban's base weapon available out of the Tenno Lab. Again, you gotta farm a bunch of shit for this thing after the fact, but you know, it is what it is. As you can see, I kind of went for my usual style build. I did kind of change up with Killing Blow on this one a little bit, which I'm probably going to change that out, honestly. Oh yeah, I didn't have room for that. That's why I did that. I don't know why I'm missing a couple of those, but whatever. Yeah, I just kind of went... This is like my basic bitch fallback, okay? This is just like my absolute basic bitch fallback mod, or fallback setup. Just like, you know, we'll just run this. Why not? Here, we'll do that. Or slash damage. Why not? Better than the alternative. I don't need heavy attack efficiency, let's be honest here. Or not efficiency, heavy attack damage. I'm not running around power slamming or doing a lot of heavy attack swings at this present moment with this build because I need to work on it. But it's not bad. And the crit chance for it, I believe it's a critical chance, goes up if you have it equipped on Caliban. Sorry, I'm just having brain farts like a motherfucker. It's like 4:18 in the morning. So anyway, let's go to the other ones. Let's go to the other ones. The daggers. The Nephari. Now, these are from the Wolf. These, I normally hate daggers. Okay? Really, I do. Again, my normal, semi-normal kind of basic bitch setup. Now, I went for a heat corrosive slash build. Whole lots of corrosive, pretty good amount of fucking heat. Slash on the back end with a little puncture and a little impact. The reason being is because it's very high status. I mean, for a set of daggers, very high status, and you get the alternative of a fire attack with this thing. Yeah, it's pretty fun. You just blast fire damage at somebody. It's pretty fucking cool. Yeah, I like these. Not gonna lie. They're pretty good. The Korumm, I am still working with. This is Boreal, the owl. This is his weapon. The Korumm, I have actually been running very frequently with Caliban, even though he does have his own weapon. Because I'm a polearm guy. I really dig polearms. They're very fast. Very easy to build up stacks with. The downside to them is heavy attack efficiency as far as combo duration, which is passable with Zenuric, better with Naramon, but passable with Zenuric. But this build right here hasn't been horrible, hasn't been amazing. Excuse me, when I go test him on the Steel Path, which I have not done yet, so please take that with a grain of salt. I have not tested this build on the Steel Path. When I take him on the Steel Path, though, I can fucking promise you 100% that, yeah, I'll be taking the Guando Prime, because truthfully, the Guando Prime is just better. Okay, I mean, oh my god. I don't need to look at my operator, I just need to click the right fucking buttons. That's what I need to do. Sorry. The Guando Prime, at least my Guando Prime build, is fucking... It's just a mean-ass, you know, crit monster. It's not an amazing crit monster, but it's got a good critical chance of 102.4 with a pretty kick-ass crit multiplier of 6.2, and it still has a status of 52. But this is what I run on the Steel Path, and it works. Is it the most efficient setup ever? No, but it works very fucking well. So, yeah. So when I go to take him on the Steel Path, I'm going to be testing with that. Because I just don't see the Korumm holding up. Like, this is a good regular star chart. You're like, upwards of, like, level 85. Very sorry about all the yawning, guys. Upwards of level 85-ish. I would say that this weapon would be fine. Is it going to be Steel Path worthy, at least with this present build? Probably not. Let's see, what else? Okay, so there was a glitch initially. I don't know if y'all remember. For fuck's sake, just go to communications, stupid. Yes, I fucking completed this. Yeah, I was slow with this, with the Steel Path, okay? So anyway, this is the message that we got. Now, initially, this only said a silent pistol for the Drifter. It now says a silent pistol style amp for the Drifter. Generates its own ammunition from void energy. Now there's still a little bit of a hiccup with the overcharge ability with this pistol. We'll make sure to take the Drifter with us when we go run Caliban just to test this. But you got the Sirocco, however you want to pronounce that, amp skin, which is basically like a blown apart version of that gun for the kid. You got the Nataruk, the Rumblejack, which the Rumblejack is another thing. Personally, I find that to be kind of mastery fodder, but it's a quest weapon. Excuse me. I'm really sorry. I literally haven't been yawning like this the whole time until I get on video, and then I'm just like, looking like I'm licking windows. It's alright. So, but, you know, the Rumblejack is a quest weapon, so it's one of those, you know, we're gonna, you know, keep it. You just don't get rid of quest weapons. You just don't. That's stupid. So, let's see here. Yeah, let's just do this. Let's go run a mission. I don't know, we could go run the Void. Maybe. What do we have here? Interception, sabotage. Do the survival. Do a 5-minute survival? I know you can't answer me, but why not? We will talk about the quest after the fact, okay? Just so we're on the same page. Oh, that's right. I was sharing my Titania build. That's right. I was wondering why I was seeing that. Whatever.
Keep the enemy busy.
Shit, I forgot to fucking... Whatever.
Ready?
Yeah, you can see the little... See the little pistol set up there. You know what? I'm fucking lazy. Let's just speed this fucking train right along, buddy. Give me one more pulse. Come on. Boom. Who's happy about that? Yeah, it's totally wasteful. I don't care. Cheap and easy to build. Really? Hit the wrong one.
Life support.
Okay, where are they coming from?
They're trying to choke you out. Hold on. I'm sending auxiliary life support.
Tell me that is not mean as shit. Okay, so we do condemn. Get some shields. Alright. How you doing? Get some more shields. Now we'll just... See how quick he casts that shit? It's amazing. See, now they repair my shields, put me into over shields at 1,988 shields. I'm not mad at that shit at all. I see, this is like the perfect spot. Come here, guys. Come on, everyone come and see me. Come on. I'm doing this for a reason.
Get ready for a
Stop
capsule.
shooting my damn cat. Check it. If they don't die. They're all fucked up. See, the shield's dropping, right? See, they start repairing shields, but it takes a second for those shields to come back. So, I literally put Condemn on here just to help boost my shields in a much more immediate fashion. So here's full charge. Not quite as impressive, but good. This thing is fucking mean, guys. The forum's plenty fine for a regular star chart. It's not anything absolutely stunning. It's not terrible. Here, let's see who survives this. Yeah, fix my shields. Oh, look, nobody lived. Oh, I guess a couple did. Because they had shields. See, I'm standing here vulnerable to damage just in case. Yeah, I mean, for the basis that, you know, you're going to be doing a very low health build, something like Condemn is a very, very, very good crowd controller, plus you can boost your shield. So it's a good double whammy, okay? Shoot me, pussy. I can just quick shot him. That was a perfect shot. Fucking aim, Jesus. Just down there is impressive. So like when you cast these guys and your shields are all fucked up, you basically need to run like a bitch. Because it takes, there's like a bit of lag to the replenishment of the shield. So, or to the repair of the shield, I should say. So, you kind of need to take it with a grain of salt. Come here, buddy. Big fucking asparagus. Good night. 12,205 or whatever right up your ass. Oh, I'm sorry. Get away. Just get down floating. Sorry, buddy.
Successful start. Extraction is available if you need it.
Yeah, between the damage that you can inflict with the stomp, as far as the vulnerability, and then just the general armor or shield stripping, armor stripping of the fourth ability, it makes him very playable, but he's also very vulnerable. So, I mean, my personal opinion is that probably... I didn't realize I grabbed Argon. I got it from the damn cat. probably best case scenario, build tankier. And we have a little bit more survivability, so probably sacrifice a little bit of ability strength. So I mean, something like... See, so that was a primary test build, right? So we come over here, and we keep Transient Fortitude, and we keep Augur Message to keep good duration, right? We get rid of Boreal's Hatred. Again, I would always recommend a Umbral Vitality, like here. We could do this. You get 850, but then you've got 225% ability strength instead of 214, which means you probably would have to do one more forma just to make this slot usable. Because you figure you're going to get 5 out of that, which is all you need to put Boreal's Hatred back on. Because you'll end up with 6 points total. So this would make him tankier, still low shields, but the shields are going to be replenished time and time and time again. So it's really, it's not a terrible trade. Like, this is probably the better option, truth be told. Because 300 health, with the way that the Conculus function, you need something like Condemned not only to build up your shields, but also to really control the crowd. I mean, something like Breach Surge would work, but sadly, Breach Surge won't help you build up your shields. It just controls the damn crowd. Ensnare would work, but again, it's going to, you know, function more like... I mean, like, I'll have to change that over too. It's going to function more like, you know, what you expect. So you can't put that on because I don't have enough points. Painful. So I could rank the bastard and then, you know, put natural talent back on afterward. But it's fine. Which I don't even need to. Here, you know what? We'll do this. Oh, I have one forma left. This is a 6 forma build. The things I do for you guys because I love you. Love you so much. See, but see, now we have decent health, decent shields, a little bit of efficiency, less duration, which does kind of suck. I will say that. It does kind of suck having less duration, but it's not as bad as the alternative, okay? It's really not. Like, I'll test this build a bit more. There's going to be a lot of give and take here, okay? Like, I may take Umbral Vitality off and stick Prime Vigor over here, or Vitality over here, and then, you know, keep Augur Message to, you know, get that duration that I want. Because, honestly, the duration really comes into play very much so with the Conculus, with his second ability, Sentient Wrath. Yeah, Sentient Wrath. So it comes into play with the Lethal Progeny and with the Sentient Wrath very much. So, I don't know. I'm going to play with this and just kind of see. Okay? I don't know. We'll find out. We'll find out. So, yeah. That's it. Yeah, good stuff. So, quest. Quest. Holy Jesus Christ, the quest. Okay, so I stand by quite a bit of what I said during the quest, or at the end of the quest. I will say this, I am of a firm believer now, not by any outside influences, but just kind of making up my own mind, looking at the quest for what it was, that obviously the Drifter is not the man in the wall, because we saw the man in the wall at the end of the quest. I actually had to go back and rewatch that just to make sure I wasn't losing my fucking mind. And knowing that I wasn't. So, yeah. So we know that the Drifter is not the man in the wall, but there's this entire difference. And I had to go back and watch somebody else's stream who actually did pick the Drifter, because I did not. And there's a line that the Drifter says when they transfer into the Warframe for the first time. Just before they transfer, they say, well, how about, it can't be as bad as, trying to learn how to ride a horse. Well, that goes back into that whole, what is that, the Nephari paradox or something like that. It's a whole different ballgame. Something to do with the Unum Tower and the Zariman 10-0 and all sorts of shit. About 6 months before my time. Well, almost about 8 months before my time, because it was the TennoCon of 2019. I started playing March 2020, so it would have been, yeah, about 8 or 9 months before my time. But we saw the man in the wall, the literal man in the wall, the big, giant, scary face thing that popped up that Lotus lied to us about afterward. Go, what did you see? Nothing. I saw nothing. Maybe she's not trying. Maybe she's just trying to not scare us. I don't know. Kind of thought that was a little goofy that Lotus lied to us about it, but whatever. I mean, Lotus has been wrapped up in nothing but lies throughout the majority of this quest thus far, or throughout the majority of the lore so far, because we thought she was just Mama Lotus, and then we find out she's a mimic sentient, and that she was actually programmed to kill the Orcan Empire and kill the Tenno, and then she basically fell in love with the Tenno and wanted to be a mother because she couldn't reproduce on her own, so then she took them, hid them away, and blah blah blah, story unfolds. So, I mean, it's good to have Lotus back. I will say that goddamn purple facsimile was horseshit, and I didn't want to turn that whole creator mode on just to get that and reset all of my bullshit, so no. Didn't want to do that. So yeah, so I know the Drifter's not the man in the wall. There's much more story with the Drifter. Okay, much more story. There's now the Drifter camp that's on Earth. Cetus is all fucked up. Plains of Eidolon are all fucked up. Well, Cetus isn't all fucked up. Cetus is a little screwed up, but Plains of Eidolon are all blasted to hell. Fortuna is still very much under Narmer control for the most part, but Vox Solaris is coming back. So, there's some people that are walking around as Narmer and other that are Vox Solaris, so that's interesting. But the terraforming thing for Orvalis is still very much there, so there's greenery and things. So, yeah, that's cool. I like the fact that they left that in. I was curious. Me and Monster were both very curious about that one. And then also, just generally, the other thing that I really wanted to cover is that I feel that I owe a tad of an apology about my frustration with the enemy leveling. And here's why. Okay. First of all, my buddy Dranka, you guys have heard him in previous videos. If you haven't, just type in Dranka. You'll see videos. He's like my personal go-to guy for information. He's been playing the game for a hot damn minute. He knows a lot about games. He's all about testing things and knowing where to farm stuff, and he's just really good at just the basic mechanics and understanding of how to do so much in this game. So he's a very, very good person that I like to talk to, and he's also extremely knowledgeable, which is just like a win-win for me. I get a pretty cool guy I get to talk to that's also extremely knowledgeable and something that I'm very passionate about playing anyway, so I'm okay with it. But Dranka told me there was no way that this was going to be a high-level quest. And the reason being is because there was going to be a lot more lower-level players that were playing it. And I just didn't want to believe it, because I was like, no, man, you got to have all this shit, and it's going to be level 35, 75. No. It's like the highest level enemy you see is like level 25. And at first I was very frustrated. When the quest was first over, I was just so kind of emotionally spent after, spending 5 hours in total doing that quest. And yes, I was dicking about and so on. I was just being me, just being silly. But I understand it, because the truth of it is with that level of enemies, level of enemy available to fight, makes it a much more playable quest. And given the duration, this was Dranka's point, and I do see it now after really going back and looking at the videos. Given the duration of the quest and the fact that you're locked in that sumbitch, if you go into that quest not built properly, not built tanky enough for 35 to 75 range, which I know some people don't consider that tanky. I don't consider 35 to 75 tanky. I don't. But I'm also damn near a legendary 2 at this point, which we'll talk about that too before I get off here. But it's just, you know, for those who don't consider it tanky, they're going to be like, oh, why wasn't it higher? For those that do consider 35 to 75 tanky, you don't want to lock these poor bastards into that quest. Because there's literally no way out. You have to finish the quest. You can't even get better frames and mod your shit or nothing. You are stuck with what you got. So if you got, you know, bunk ass shit and you're fighting the high level characters, well, God be with you. Apparently that's the end of Warframe for you start a new account, you know, right? I mean, something. Yeah, so I still say I hope this becomes replayable again, because God almighty. I want that so bad. Oh, I'd love to relive that quest. That was so much fun. That's the thing, though. The quest was fun. It was unexpected. Like, almost half of the quest was the Drifter. And then the weird interdimensional time shift between the Drifter and the Operator, and you know, Nata being sucked dry by Ballas. And I still stand by the fact that Ballas was just playing the patsy, you know, or making Era the patsy, and he was actually the one. Like, I personally think if you go back and you look at the Prelude to War quest, right? If you go back and you look at this quest, the Era one, where you see Era be destroyed by the Tenno, I think Ballas rebuilt him. Personally, that's just me. Maybe tinfoil hat, I don't know. I think Ballas rebuilt him and programmed to basically have some precepts to kind of lead the sentients until they could get Nata, because they needed Nata's power to empower Ballas and the entire sentient fleet. Give them like this marker to follow. They give him this beacon to follow, and it basically sap or dry for her fucking energy, so he had control. And Era, just being Era, you know, followed along because he was like the commander of the army, and Ballas being the leader of it all and creating the armor. So that's just my thought, though. Because when Nata gets all wound up and fired up and sings the song, and she's all mad about the Maker and all that stuff, when she gets all lit up, Ballas is like, oh, she's got her power back. Like, I'm gonna take that bitch, you know? Yeah, there's a lot of really, really interesting stuff. Like, there's so much that they can build off with this, and I hope that this becomes replayable, and I really hope that the next quest line of story that we get into is definitely about the Narmers, first of all, potentially wiping the Narmers off the map, regaining control of the system and stopping them, and then also following the Drifter. That is where my curiosity is wholeheartedly sitting right now, is the Drifter, man. The Drifter is just fucking awesome. I love. I want to see more backstory to the Drifter, because with how smug and how arrogant he seemed when the Operator was talking to him, but also unsure about certain events that he had dealt with personally, there's such a continuity fuck up there going on. It's really crazy. There was one other thing I said I was going to talk about. I can't remember. I can't remember what I was going to talk about. So, I don't know. But come back to me later. So, the last thing that I do 100% know I want to talk about is this, okay? This is the last video that's going to post. I know that I've been posting the videos daily. There was a little bit of delay at first, but I was posting the videos daily. So the last video is actually going to post on the 21st, which is this one, okay? Or, hold on, I just gotta look real quick. Yeah, so that one's about to post, because I'm recording this on the 20th. So I'm actually about to be posting the next video. So this video right here will be posting on the 21st. And I'm not going to post another video until the 27th. My son is in from the Marine Corps from halfway across the country, and I haven't seen him since vacation, and before that I hadn't seen him in a fucking year. So I'm going to get whatever time I can. Obviously, Christmas is going to be falling in the mix of all of that, and I'm all about my family. So I'm going to get some family time. I'm not going to be, you know, taking away from that. So I'm not going to be sitting here worrying about posting videos and shit. So I am going to post a video on the 27th, which is me doing Railjack Veil Proxima, which is necessary, but it was recorded prior to the quest. And then I'm going to post a video on the 29th, me finishing up the Veil Proxima. And then I'm not going to post on New Year's. So the video after that will be early January. So I just want to put it out there that this will be the last time I record, even though for you guys, there's going to be a couple of videos after this the next week. For me, the next time I see you guys, from my perspective, the video will be posting in 2022. So I'm just going to say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you guys now to get that out of the way, because I won't be recording another one until, you know, after the fact for posting purposes. So yeah, everybody stay safe. If you're going to get drunk at home or get an Uber. Like, keep y'all around, you know. If you're not going to get drunk, just have a good time. Do you. Do you. Everybody do you. I accept you being you. So, yeah, so, I mean, new gear. I'm on the fence with this guy. I think this guy has some work. This dude needs some work. Is it with my build? Yeah, probably. Is there potential, though? Oh, yeah. Is he steel path worthy? Sort of. I mean, sort of. I'll get him there. Now, I mean, in my personal opinion, not all frames are meant for the steel path, so. And no, just for anybody that wants to question it, because I didn't really post like a whole lot of steel path content, okay? But yes, I have fully completed the steel path. I know what it was I wanted to talk about, mastery rank. Yeah, so in order of appearance, in order of completion, I should say, Earth, Venus, Mercury, Mars, Phobos, Ceres, Jupiter, Saturn, or Jupiter, Europa, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, Eris, Sedna, the Void. The two there are, I love the fact that they give you both these, by the way. They give you Deimos, which is the little red bean looking one, and then they give you the old Auric Derelict. I love that. And then Lua, and then obviously you guys just saw me get the Kuva Fortress one, which I got earlier this evening. So yeah, sorry if there's a little hiccup there. So yeah, so let's talk about the mastery rank really quick, because I actually finished the recording and totally didn't talk about it. So mastery rank. As you can see, I'm a legendary 1 with 14,998 left. With 14,998 XP left. Now, that is taking into account that I have not mastered the Spyro Prime because I don't have it yet. That's going to be coming in one of the Prime Resurgence packs, and I will be getting that. And then also the Sigma and Octanus, which is a 700 login, which leaves me 118 logins until I can get that. So I've got, you know, basically sometime... You figure 118 logins, it's 118 days because I log in every day. Yeah, it's going to be a minute. It's going to be just over 3 months. This early April when I'll have the Sigma and Octanus, and there's probably going to be more content released by that point, I would think. Who knows, though? Kind of been a weird year this year, so I don't know how much is going to change with next year, especially with all the COVID resurgence fun. But at this point, even with those two, excuse me, that's going to put me... It's 3,000 for the Sigma Octanus, 3,000 for the Spyro Prime, so it's going to put me, what, 8,000... Having a brain fart here. Yeah, 8,000. 8,998. So basically three weapons or one frame and one weapon. So I mean, we'll see what happens in between now and then, because I'm literally maxed on everything else. I mean, as you see, 661 of 663 available items in the game are mastered. My present stats in the game are 1,555 hours. So, I mean, and that is mission hours. It's not just sitting around in my ship like this. That shit don't count. That shit will count on Steam and shit like that, but it won't count on here. Those are just mission hours. So, but I mean, you know, you can see Steel Path is done, Star Chart Progress is done, you know, so on and so forth. You know, my missions quit, missions failed, so on, not bad. You know, because I mean, you gotta fail. It's like I said, you gotta fail to succeed. But I mean, 7,446 missions completed out of 142 failed. That's a pretty good run around, you know. So, you know, it is what it is. So, but that's where we sit with Mastery right now. The only people that are even available to be at Legendary 2, and there isn't even a test available for it yet, but the only people that are even available to be at Legendary 2 are Founders. And that's simply because they have Excalibur Prime, the Lato Prime, and the Skana Prime, which would put them above the cap. Because you figure Excalibur Prime is 6,000 mastery, so that's 6,000 of the 8,998. And then the Lato Prime is another 3,000, and the Skana Prime. So you're talking 12,000 out of 8,998. So Founders are the only ones ahead of the cap, which means that they don't even have a test put together yet, which is just going to be a beefed up secondary test, so it is what it is. So yeah, I mean, as of right now, you know, I mean, we'll see where we stand, but as of right now, you know, we're so close to Legendary 2. And honestly, I just want Legendary 2 for the next loadout, because why not? So, aside from that, after it's all said and done, you know, I'm going to keep messing with Caliban and kind of see where this goes. As of right now, he's okay. You know, he's not terrible. He's not amazing. So, but we're working on him. So, we'll see where everything goes. So, folks, well, thank you very much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one, all right?